Toronto area network administrators came to a hotel this week to get tips from Cisco Systems and NetScout on how to improve the performance of their networks. The keynote speaker was Zeus Kerravala, Vice President of Research at Yankee Group, who spoke about the need to shift to an end-to-end IP-based network. In an interview, he detailed what this will mean for IT staff.
Now, the shift to IP is an interesting transition that's happening, because I think if you ask most people, they would say, well, the shift to IP has happened. We're already doing things over IP. And that's true for the most part. However, there's still a number of elements, particularly in the communication space, where that shift hasn't occurred. The majority of voice communications today are not done over IP. Video is not done over IP. In fact, in the cellular world, almost all 3G networks aren't based on IP. And so while elements of it might be IP-based, what we need to drive for is end-to-end IP. Because when you're end-to-end IP, you create a lot of flexibility and dynamicism in the network that you didn't have before. So for example, just look at voice alone. If my voice is end-to-end IP, I can do things like I can mobilize it. I can take a call on my mobile phone. I can move it to my home phone when I get home, or if I go up to my office, I can move it to my PC. So this moving of everything to IP, I think, is extremely important to be able to drive our industry forward, and we're really just at the cusp of it right now in the communications world. Yeah, the shift to IP has impacted the network manager maybe more than any other position in corporate IT today. The network actually becomes the single most important element of the delivery mechanism. It's the place where network managers can be able to monitor performance, understand user behavior, try and figure out what users are doing, what tools they're using, how they're performing, things like that. So I think this fundamental transition to IP has put the network really at the centerpiece of an organization and is the most scalable, cost-effective delivery platform for IP-based services. The advent of consumerization combined with the shift to IP has, I think, made CIOs and IT managers almost give up on things. I've heard the comment that success in IT is now based on giving up control of the end user environment. And I think that's the wrong way to look at it. It's not about giving up control. It's about taking those traditional control points that used to exist on a PC or a laptop and pushing them down into the network. Because in a world where cross-platform, multi-OS, multi-device is the norm, IT simply can't have control over every one of those endpoints. So in the old world, where IT dictated that thou shalt use this endpoint, this laptop, and this mobile phone, that was fine. But now that we're moving into a world where users really have almost infinite choice, those control points need to move off the endpoint, be pushed down to somewhere that's more scalable, and in my mind, that's the network.